we're actually going to do an unboxing. Uh, it's been a long time coming. As I promised, I will be doing some hardware reviews, not just streaming games, along with my partner in crime. Shout out to the Gooner. So today is about showing you some hardware. Now, it's been on the cards for a little while um, that we were going to get hold of an arcade stick. I'm a big fan of fighting games. I have been since, the days of Street Fighter 2, even before that, Street Fighter 1. I think when I first saw that in the arcades, I was blown away. Never really got to play it much. I think I was quite young. And not only that, there wasn't really any arcades close by to where I lived where they had that actual game. Anyway, fast forward. We've had many great fighting games come out over the eras, from games like, as Street Fighter already mentioned, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, King of Fighters, the list goes on and on and on. Killer Instinct, some great titles there. So it goes without saying that when you decide to become a professional fighting game enthusiast, there's only one tool that you need in your arsenal, and that happens to be an arcade fight stick. So today we're going to be unboxing the Naicon Daija. For those of you that know about this stick, Naicon have been making quality arcade sticks for a while now. This one is particularly endorsed by Deja. For those of you that don't know, she is a massive game fighter or fighting game player, should I say? Get my words out. Renowned for her skills. I think she's been playing from the age of 6, if I'm not mistaken, from some of the history I saw. Um, and yeah, she has endorsed this particular model that we're going to unbox today. So a couple of things before we get into it. Obviously, I wanted to talk about the actual stick itself. It's normally well known, as I said already. Naicon are known for making quite robust, solid, ergonomic arcade sticks. They use high quality components as well, so none of that stuff that's going to break after a couple of games, which we like. And we'll go into a bit more detail about the brand and the makes and the buttons and the joystick itself, because I'm sure some of you would like to hear about that as well. Now, this particular arcade stick or fight stick, whichever you prefer, is compatible with the PlayStation 4, 5, as well as PC. This particular model will not work with the Xbox. So for those of you looking to get one of these, this model will not work with the Xbox, okay? Um, it's safe to say that Xbox, or not even Xbox, but a lot of manufacturers have been slow on the uptake of building fight sticks for the Xbox for some unknown reason. That's slowly changing. There is a great range of fight sticks available now that will work with Xbox. But you will find at the moment, even still, the market is still dominated by fight sticks or manufacturers making fight sticks for the PlayStation only. Um, and I think you'll find as well when you're looking at most fight tournaments, quite a lot of them are done on the PlayStation as well. So I'm not going to get into the reasons why and whether it's better or not. That's not what this is about. This review is solely to do an unboxing of the Naicon, sorry, Deja, and for you all to get an idea of what happens when you get the box, what you get inside the box, right? Some of you might be looking to buy one. Some of you might already have one. So yeah, the purpose of this is just to give you a sort of a review, a first look at the unboxing, and allow you to kind of make your own opinions about this. So once again, myself, Terra, part of the GameBox 2K23 gang. Shout outs to Guna, and here we are. So let's get it. So a couple of things as well. Obviously, the button layout. This is a standard arcade layout, sort of 6 buttons with a couple of extras, which you would expect to find on any reputable fighting arcade machine. And for those of you who are arcade fight lovers, most of the games from Street Fighter to Mortal Kombat all had a 6 button layout, right? So you had your weaks from punch to kick, medium punch and kick, and hard punch and kick. And of course, some of these arcade sticks have additional buttons which allow you to do other things. So we may get to have a look at that shortly as well. There are customization options available with this stick as well, so you can do plenty of tailoring to your needs, not just from the joystick to the buttons, but I believe you can also change the faceplate. So you can also put your own designs on there, which is great. I think they offer you a template that you can go off and use to then create your own designs or download the designs that are already available. So that's something I think definitely caught our eye. Um, Obviously, we like to brand our equipment, being GameBox, and it's nice to know that this arcade stick gives you the ability to do that, right? So it's a USB connection, um, pretty good, I would say, in that respect. This obviously offers you low latency and a stable connection during gameplay. Um, I think that's about all you can say about that, really, for you guys who are well into knowing about your USB speeds. I'm not sure if it's a USB-C or a USB-A type connection. We shall have a look in a second, and whether that's running USB 2 or 3, we will have to see. So, as I said, this is the first time we're unboxing it, so hopefully we're going to be learning together. All right. There are additional features that you can get on some of these Daija arcade sticks, such as a touchpad. So for those of you that have a PlayStation, you'll know that the actual gamepad itself has a touchpad in the middle, which you can use for various games as well as input. Kind of acts like a mouse or a mouse pad, but you use your finger, obviously. They come with a headphone jack, so obviously you can plug in your favorite gaming headset and get sound straight through that. And some of them also come with LED lighting for the aesthetics, right? So there's been lots of gaming communities and forums who discuss arcade sticks and review them. Um, if you want more in-depth information on the Naicon Daija, it won't be hard to find. As I said, today is an unboxing experience. I want you guys to see it for the first time like we do. It's been freshly delivered today, so it's not even come out of its packaging. So we're going to get right on into it. So let's get it. So we have the beast right here. And first impressions, I have to say, is pretty cool that they use their own branded tape to seal it all up. So we're just going to go on and cut into this and see what we're playing with. So while we're doing this, I think it's safe to let you know that our main purpose of getting this is to play Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6. They're the main fighting games we're playing with at the moment. But it's safe to say that this will be used for various other fighting games as well. And as time goes on, no doubt we'll be doing some reviews and showing you this stick in action with those games. So here we are, we're just getting inside the box now. And as always, when you remove the outer packaging, you get to the main box itself. So we're just gonna tip this out. And there you have it, folks. Just tilt that up on the camera. So already you can see it's PlayStation endorsed. PlayStation all over the box, making sure they get their branding in there. And Kayan, so it's actually Kayan. I said that all wrong, didn't I? So this is the girl right here. Yeah, she's the one responsible for endorsing this particular stick. Well renowned in the fighting game genre. I believe she has been a tournament winner many times over. And it's thanks to her that we have the endorsement on this particular stick. So we're just going to go ahead and read out some of the main sort of features that you can have on this as well. So this particular model does have the touchpad. It also allows you to plug in headphones via 3.5mm jack. You obviously have your 6-button layout as well as 2 other bonus buttons, which you can probably see there from the box itself, as well as the arcade stick. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about the arcade stick and buttons. For those of you that know, these are Sanwa sticks and buttons. These are apparently industry top of the range standard for those of you that know, not just for their input reference, but how durable they are. I do believe they're customizable as well, so you can actually go out and buy additional Sanwa joysticks and buttons and replace everything yourself. So that's always good to know if you're a heavy hitter or a hard button basher. Although I've been told that these are quite resilient, so you would have to do something really stupid to break them. At least you know you can go out and you can replace those items yourself, which is really good. Yeah. It also has a lock function. So if you're playing in a tournament, there's nothing worse, even at home when you're playing with your pals. There's nothing worse when you're in the middle of giving them a quadruple dragon and the git presses pause. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes not. But you know it just throws your whole game off. So you can lock certain buttons as well as obviously locking that function. I mean, I believe in tournaments, things like that can get you disqualified. So of course you don't want that, right? So the ability to be able to lock certain buttons, so even if you slip and press them accidentally, there's no chance of you getting disqualified and no chance of your pal saying that you cheated because they knew they was just about to deliver you a hefty haymaker, depending on what game you were playing, right? So the whole design has been designed ergonomically, designed to obviously give you maximum comfort. Due to the size of this is very much a lap-based arcade stick. You probably could have it on a table in front of you for those of you that want to sort of do that. But I believe you can also have this on your lap and it's stable enough to do so, right? I don't think there's any opportunity of that falling off your lap. It looks quite beefy. The box is quite weighty. So I'm looking forward to actually getting inside and seeing the build on it. So let's just get it. Let's unbox this bad boy. So already you see in the presentation right here, it's saying ready, fight. Okay. So I have limited room here, so I apologize. But what we're going to do, we're just going to open up the box so you can see what it looks like. So we can show that to the camera right now. So quite clean in the aesthetics, clean box, no messing about. You got your little side protectors here, and of course the main beast is sitting quite snugly in there. So we're going to lift this out. We're going to get rid of the box. Well, not technically get rid of it. I like to keep my boxes at least for the first month or two. You never know if you need to return or pass on. You got the box to do that with. So let's lift this out. All right. So we just take off the side protection here. I have to say, first impressions, it's packaged really well. And for those of you that probably overheard that, that's my Alexa telling me that my dog is running around in the garden. Apologies if you hear that a couple of times. I'm not going to mute it, but hopefully it won't happen too often. So here we go. As we slip off the plastic. So this is it. So I'm just going to turn it round so you can obviously see that fully. So as you can see, this is what it looks like fresh out of the box, nice and shiny. You have your joystick here, which I must say already has a lovely feel. Reminds me of being in the arcades, you know, for you half circle, full circle, fireball, dragon eating game players out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? That just feels lovely. Then we have our corresponding buttons here, which I must admit have a beautiful feel. Again, just reminds me of those times in the arcades, right? So we should be able to pull out some good combos with this. Of course, you got your PlayStation button here. I suppose that will allow you to interact directly with the home, just like it does on the pad. Call up your menu, etc. The lock button here. So this is obviously the key button to lock certain things in place, so you can't pause it or get yourself disqualified if you're going into any tournaments, right? And then this button here, just turn it round so I can actually see what it says. So profile. So that button there, profile. I suppose that allows you to set up your profiles. You can have different profiles based on your play style or who's using it, I do believe. So there you have it. This is the bad boy out of the box. I want to draw your attention to the side. As you can see, there are a number of buttons here ready for you to set up. You have your menu button there, which I would imagine will obviously pause, bring up the menu, etc. I think you have turbo buttons here, which allow you to set various turbo options. Let's see what else we have. We have our left 3 and R3 buttons. L3 and R3 are located there. So if you're playing a game that requires that, they are there. But bearing in mind, this particular stick allows you to program most of the buttons to be what you want. Although, in case you can't see, by default, most of these are already labeled. So you have your X, square, triangle, circle, R1, R2, L1, L2. And again, in case you forgot, your R3 and your L3 are on the side right there. Now, I do believe in here is a compartment where you can tuck certain things away. I need to double check that. So before I actually go into breaking it, I'm going to verify that is the case. I also want to talk a little bit about the aesthetics. You may notice that there are some screw ports here. On undoing these screws, what you can actually do is then lift off this clear perspex plate, if you like, and you can then replace the image underneath with one of your own design or one of the pre-provided designs. Now, I'm just going to quickly go back into the box while I lean down and pick up some paperwork that fell out, because I do believe there is another design in the box. So while I'm not going to fit that during this unboxing session, I'd still like you guys to see it. So just quickly here, I can see we have two, it looks like. We have this one right here, reveal your skills. Again, another Naicon endorsed plate. And you can already see it has the holes cut out and ready to go. Ready for you to just literally place this in place. Now, of course, I believe you would need to remove the joystick itself to allow this to sit on and then screw it back in, which is fine. Maybe on another video session, I'll be able to do that and show you it with different designs completely. And then you have a plain old white one. I think this might just be a template for you to use. Or if you just fancy the plain look, then you can always just go for that. We're not about plain here. We don't do plain. So I'd imagine that you could just use this as a template to create your own. But I do believe you can go on the website and download additional templates or designs. So you're not limited, I believe is what I'm trying to tell you here. So if you're thinking about getting one and you're pretty much of a design freak, you like your own designs, your own branding, then this is one of those units that allows you to do that, right? So what else do we have here? Obviously, you've got your usual plastic envelope full of your do's and don'ts, your warranties, and all that good stuff. So we're just going to have a quick look and see what's on offer with this particular one. So right here, already we've got a sheet of stickers. Not sure whether these are to be stuck on the unit itself or if you can use those to stick wherever you like. Obviously, you can stick them, I suppose, on your desk, on your monitor, on your PlayStation, whichever way you feel happy. But you get a whole sheet of stickers there. So that's pretty cool. It's one way of keeping their name in your mouth or in your peripheral. what better way than to give you loads of stickers? Pretty cool. So here we have our start guide, quick start guide. It's always good to have a quick start guide, right? Because this will tell you exactly what you need to know. And it's safe to say that this is a USB-C connection. And of course, is compatible with PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, as well as PC. Now, here it's quite simply you just take the device, plug the USB-C end into the arcade stick, and then it's a USB-A end of the cable into any free USB port on your PlayStation 5, 4, or PC. So I was quite right at the beginning then in the fact that I wasn't sure whether it was using a USB-C or USB-A, but it's obviously a dual-headed cable. The USB-C end goes into the stick, the USB-A end goes into your console or your PC. Pretty standard connections on most machines of today. Certainly the consoles have got that, so you've got no problem there at all. And of course, you have a switch which allows you to switch independently to let the unit know what you're plugging it into. So that's pretty straightforward stuff. I don't think I need to show you guys how to plug in a USB-C connection. I'm pretty sure you will know how to do that. If not, let us know in the comments on this video. This will be going up on YouTube, and maybe we can do another session where we can show you how to plug things like that in and how to get the most out of it. So here's just a little information leaflet saying that if you subscribe, you get 10% off at Naicon's website. Again, pretty cool. They do lots of other products. It's obviously not just the fight stick. They do headsets. They do game pads. Um, they do carrying containers, so you can obviously carry your joystick or your pad or even your headset around with you. For you gamers that are traveling, for those who are entering tournaments, especially in other countries, you want to make sure you get your product there nice and safe. So it's good to know that you can get endorsed products to match. So that's pretty cool. And of course, your little warranty leaflets in various different languages just to keep you going. Now, here, obviously being in the UK, English is the one we look for. Um, but I'm sure it's the same no matter where you're from. You always have to open up those leaflets and look for your particular language. And it's amazing how you can get a book that seems to take up a whole tree worth of paper, but only 2 pages of it mean anything to you, while the rest is for the rest of the world, if at all. I think most of the world will agree that most of the instructions you get are useless, and sometimes you just have to get involved to find out what it's all about, right? So, as I said, this is the first time we have had one of these sticks here on GameBox 2K23. I do believe there is a button, and there it is. I just discovered it, so I want to show you guys that real quick. As I said earlier, the joystick, the buttons, they are all Sanwa. Sanwa is leading the pack in terms of durability, responsiveness, and interchangeability. So you can change all of these. You can get officially licensed Sanwa joysticks and buttons. I do believe you can get different colors, different joystick heads. So all of that great stuff, right? So you can literally customize this unit to your heart's content. But what I said I wanted to show you, or how you actually access that. So there are two release hatches on either side. There's one here. Hopefully the camera will show you that. Yeah. And then we have the other one just there. So if you press those both together, as you probably realize there, that pops the lid open and you can gently lift that up. Well, I'm gently lifting it up as it's fresh. We don't want to be breaking this, right? And I'm just going to turn this round so you can actually get a view of what it looks like inside. I have to say the build quality is very nice. It's built neatly. Obviously, you've got all your connections here leading up to the buttons, leading up to the joystick. You have the cable itself tucked away very neatly here. So that's your USB-C to USB-A lead. I also noticed, as you might remember, I was telling you that you have other joystick heads you can get. So they've very conveniently given you another joystick head here, which is a slightly different shape from the one that it's fitted with. I suppose it depends on how you like to play. Sometimes I like to play hooking my fingers underneath it, so I prefer the one that is more of a ball. But some people are obviously, they want a grip, and this might be the one for you. They've been kind enough to provide you with a screwdriver, which is an Allen key type screwdriver to allow you to be able to adjust any bolts inside. And this here, I'm not sure if this is, no, this is just obviously one of the springs. I mistook that for thinking that that was a component you could remove. This is just the springs or the latch that's used to pop the lid on and off. So I think you'll agree the build quality in there is really nice, really clean. Almost makes you not want to touch it or change anything. We certainly won't be doing that for a while. I'm quite happy with the build as it comes. But yeah, you get to see inside. Looks like there's some nice color coding here as well to show you what cables are what's running into this box, this controller box. So obviously if you are planning to change any of that, you'll be able to follow the correct mapping. Yep, really impressed with that. So we're just going to shut that bad boy down. And I have to say it shuts really smoothly. You can almost feel just as you get to the point of closing that it gives you a slight bit of resistance just to let you know you're there, and then it clicks into place quite nicely. So there you have it. That is the Naicon Daija Arcade Stick. As I said, this one is endorsed by Kayan. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I hope it is. I may have to go away and get my pronunciation right if that's not the case. Um, and Kayan is known, well known amongst the fighting game scene, as mentioned before. World renowned for winning various tournaments. I might actually see if there's any information I can find on her, so I can just share with you quickly. Because it wouldn't be right to feature a stick and not show the information. So, yep, she is a professional esports player, specifically known, as mentioned already, that her expertise is in the fighting game genre. It'd be interesting to know what games in particular. I'm going to have a guess it's Tekken. Forgive me for my ignorance. Like I said, I play fighting games. I'm certainly not in any tournaments. That might change, but there's been many great players before me who could vouch for this Kayan. So I'm learning, just like some of you, hopefully. Okay. So as with most fighting game players, it's not just the one game that Kayan is known for. Her skills range from Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, and Tekken. Um, Her full name is Marie Laurie Norinda, I believe that was pronounced correctly. And again, yeah, a tournament winner, an esports tournament winner that I just mentioned. Now, I actually obviously thought Kayan was her real name, but it's clearly not. I've already mentioned what her real name is. Most of this information you can find online anyway. I'm not telling you anything that you can't find. Um, but yeah, once again, this is her endorsement working with Naicon. So there you have it. That's the fight stick. We're going to do some reviews and hopefully some streams while actually using this, but just wanted to give you a first look at us unboxing it. It's the first arcade stick that we've had in the GameBox 2K23 studio. I'm sure it's not going to be the last. We plan to be doing a review on various different hardware, doing unboxing. So there's going to be more arcade sticks to come. There's a couple of others that we've got our eye on. We won't say too much about that right now. You'll just have to wait and see. But I hope you enjoyed the unboxing. As I said, it's very light, shouldn't take up too much of your time. And this is specifically for anybody who's looking to get an arcade stick yourself. This one is probably one of the more expensive ones in the range that you can get. This one will probably set you back anywhere between 250 to 270 pounds if you're in the UK. Probably what does that work out to? Between 280 to 290 dollars US. And I'm not sure about the euro conversion. I'm sure one of you clever guys out there, and gals, of course, can help decipher that one for us. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. You've been listening to Terra, who's been giving you an unboxing session of the Naicon Daija Arcade Fight Stick. So I'm just going to give you a nice little rotation of it before we go, so you can see the build. Yeah. Also, you can see it here on my lap. It sits very snugly, I must admit. So if I was a tournament player, I wouldn't even notice it was here. I'd be throwing out combos and fireballs and everything you like. And I actually can't wait to get using this. It feels great, it feels solid, and I'm pretty sure this is going to up my game. If not, I'm going to have to get good. But for now, we're going to leave you with this, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Peace.